The tourism side is where we're going to start. Right here, Cabela's. How important Cabela's is to this plan. Cabela's had the wherewithal to choose this area based on its corridor on US 23. It takes us from the top of the Michigan area all the way down south. That means people can travel hundreds and hundreds of miles. With this concept, we can create one of the largest attractions in the Midwest. We can showcase what Michigan can do to help the rest of the country. Because if Michigan fails, we're in big trouble. It's very important that Michigan succeed. When we talk about agriculture and we talk about tourism, why I chose them to tie in together, the ag tourism, is people can come and visit and see actually working farms. They can see this in action. While they're here visiting, they'll be able to go to a sports complex. So I believe when people come to Dundee and Monroe County, they can come visit, then they can go up north, then they can go see the Great Lakes, then they can go to the city of Detroit, then they can see everything that we have to offer. And we have a lot to offer. But the way to get them here is through this. You'll see right here an equestrian village. I'm just going back to the beginning and having a little atmosphere of a horse and buggy town. No cars, no gas. People can come and visit, stay the weekend. You'll see a little coliseum, okay? You see a lot of the rodeos and things like that. These are just things, different venues, and I'm sure there can be a lot more that were out there that I haven't thought of. You'll see me talk about an aquarium. You'll see me talk about botanical gardens. Now, I call this Glass City. Over here is the tourism complex. People come to visit, and we showcase different universities, many campuses, for the educational process. This can be a very important part of our plan. This I love, the petting zoo, petting farm, where people can come with their children, stay and visit, and see a farm, an actual petting farm, or a farm with animals. Over here, I've created what I call the Michigan Farmers Agricultural Center. I show greenhouses. I show an indoor-outdoor farmers mall. I show swap meets. These can be venues where people can come and showcase farming equipment. You name it, it can be here. Autos, anything that can bring people to stay for a while. Aquaculture, fisheries, hatcheries. Again, this is one industry, but this is a very small part of the plan. So this is just a mini version of what the big picture can be. Now over here, these areas have already been designated by the master plan created by Dundee. Over here is the Myers Corporation property. Myers is a Michigan corporation. They're from Grand Rapids. I believe they're a very, very huge part to this plan. I can envision this becoming an international marketplace where the products that are created can be sold right here. I see a place for this property here that's 32 acres, tying into this loop here that was created just for being a Michigan import and export center. If it's raised in Michigan, grown in Michigan, produced in Michigan, if it comes from here, it gets sold here, and people buy it and they take it home. Across the street, this is very special to me. This is Dundee Farms. Dundee Farms will become a working farm, and in here will become the beginning of the Newtown Village. It extends to the south, where you actually see that community that will feed off of all this and sustain itself. I show to the west an example of organic farming and hydroponic farming. And you'll see in between trees that we preserve. You'll see U-Pick farms, how important this is, this educational process. People can come from miles and miles away and have their little piece of this. These will actually be community gardens created also. People will be able to come, have their own little acre, and it'll be maintained by the Dundee Farms Association. Over here, I show organic livestock farming. A little bit of more hydroponics. These little outlots here could be different venues. This is an actual working farm community. This here is a recycling little sustainability center, small fisheries and hatchery, aquaculture, and so on. Now this is not cast in stone. This is just an example of what I believe can create thousands of jobs and be the pilot to extend this throughout Michigan.